Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. My name is Akita Kariulara, and today we're going to do a reading. It's 420. I'm going to do my cosmic wheel, and we're going to see what's coming up because it's a whole new month. We're heading into a whole new zodiac sign and birthday and eclipse, and April is month. A lot of heart clearing, a lot of deep internal transformation, a lot to think about, a lot to feel. So we're almost about to wrap it up. The week's not done yet, but I think it's time we look and see what's coming next. So today I'm going to do something a little bit different. Here we have some background music going on. My Zoom issue miraculously fixed itself today with an instant upgrade. So I'm happy about that. And I'm in my room, so the sunlight, which you can't see, is coming right on me. I'm showing that. And we're and what I'm also going to try to do is I'm going to try to take a picture of the spread because with these virtual backgrounds, sometimes. So I'm trying to take a picture of the spread and also see if I can screenshot it and get it onto here in the but I'm gonna try. And now I just thought about if I do that, I probably need my Zoom to work. Figure it out. Let's just go. And then you know what? If I don't do that, I'm just gonna show you the cards. All right, let's go. Yeah, because I think I need my Zoom, my WhatsApp. All right, so the first deck, and because I'm gonna do this a little differently, I won't have the pictures right there. What I am gonna do is instead of doing north, southwest, east, and north for one deck at a time, I'm gonna pull 4 cards and get all of the south and all of the and all of the north and all of the. All right, let's go. Happy Eclipse Day, happy 420, and happy Thursday, is it? Happy Thursday. Lots to celebrate today, right? Turn this music off now. Yeah. And let's get into the cards. All right. Hope everybody's doing well and enjoying 2023 so far. We're in May, almost May, right? Because April's almost done. So we're in May. So let's see what is the cosmic wheel for this eclipse energy that we're in under right now that is impacting a lot of us, bringing up some stuff to clear on out. Let's see where we go from here. All right. So let's see what Spirit says. Let's see what Spirit's prescription is. All right. So south, west, north, and oh, I said I was going to do it this way, and I'm still doing it. Old habits are hard to break. So let's get the base of the medicine wheel down, which I just did. Still, I'm going to take a picture of it because maybe as I'm going through this, something will come to mind. 50. This is the second card I pulled for the day that had the same number, 50. So that's a energy for today, 5, which is breaking through, right? Being in that center spot, and that's why the spiral has come up. But would we break through from the spiral? We break through from the center, and then we spiral in, and we also spiral out. But the 50, the spiral is this, the energy of creation. Now, in this particular picture, because the spiral has that 6 energy as well as the 9 energy, right? That 6 energy of completion, the 6 energy of creation, and then the 9 energy of completion. And I always, not always, but when I say the word completion now, I'm guided to remember, we say completion, but within completion, So within yeah, right, yeah, it's complete. Things are completed within completion. So sometimes we have to be reminded to complete something in order for the completion to happen, right? This spiral is really the energy of creation and the energy of beginnings and endings, because there's always some unified point of a beginning and an ending, or an ending to a new beginning, right? So that spiral energy um, really holds both. It holds the six and it holds the nine. It holds the creation as well as the releasing, the calling in, I should say, as we spiral in, the calling in, and then when we go all the way out, we're spiraling out, you know? So there's always two things going on at the same time with the spiral as well, right? That's why sometimes people say you're spiraling out, right? Because you're all right. So this is in the south direction, right? And the south is where we shed. So this is clearly telling us we are at a moment of ending and beginning with the spiral. We have opportunities to create. We have opportunity to break something down, right? And I just say destruction. You know, a lot of people don't like the term destruction, but um breaking down is very important, you know, and if we're breaking something down that no longer serves us to build a new foundation of something that does serve us, then that breaking down is very, very necessary. And we are all in this collective soup right now of spiraling, creating something new, right? A lot of new things, but we also are witnessing the spiraling out on mainstream TV, mainstream news. You're witnessing the spiraling out. But there are a lot of people spiraling in and spiraling up, you know, as we go through this process. So you see the spiral energy right now in play. You see things being broken down and destroyed, and you see new things being birthed out of those breaking downs and the destruction and the end. You know, the ending of things causes the beginning of something else. So that's where we are. Um, and I think I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see what the wheel indicates with the other south directions to see, are we spiraling out or are we spiraling up? What's coming, right? So let's look at the other cards. This is the ancient ones. Oh, number one. Ooh, look at that. Hmm. It's so, I love that, you know, it's a new wheel, eclipse day, and it went from 50 to the center, 5, then to the number 1. Isn't that beautiful, right? So I think we're ending, but like I said, we're ending but beginning. We're ending and beginning, right? This eclipse is ending a lot of stuff, and it's gonna open up. It's almost like the catalyst. Yeah, there it is. So it's almost like this catalyst energy, because we've been in this breaking down, building up mode since 2020. But I think today's eclipse is going to maybe see more of, is activating, and it's activating us to the new point, which is a lot to do with going back to the ancient ones, which is that wisdom of the ancient ones. And what's so special about this time now is that we really get to tap into this beautiful ancient wisdom of so many different cultures, so many different times and periods. Pull that information, pull that wisdom, pull those lessons, look at what happened, what didn't happen, what went right, what went wrong, how we women might have come out of balance, how the masculine might have come out of balance, what was not happening between the two. You know what I mean? It's not just, hey, we just going back to the past. No, because we're in the West now, and the West says, well, what do we let, well, the South is, what do we let, what are we releasing? The West is, what do we let die? You know what I mean? So what are we letting go? What do we let die? And I don't think we're letting the ancient one die, but I would say that we are letting the negative. It's like we're letting the old story die, right? Because a lot of information that we have about the ancient ones is inaccurate. So I think our lens, our interpretation, our understanding, the authority is coming to me. You know, the last wheel had authority, and I think the last two wheels had that staff with authority. It was in the West position, and I remember saying, "Hey, we're changing our authority," and we've gone through the last couple of weeks. We've seen a lot of revelation come out about certain authorities, whether it's religious authorities, political authorities, you know, and because we've been given a wider view and some transparency about those authorities, I think it's going to cause us to, again, go back into the ancient times, which a lot of people have already been doing. This is not going to just start, but it's going to give a new authority. What's going to die is the old understanding of these ancient ones and the roles they played, and the wisdom and the teachings and the lies that we've been told about the ancient ones. We're going to experience the light. We're going to experience more light. So what we're letting die is the old stories about the ancient ones, to come into more empowerment of ourselves and more clarity. Let's see where this wheel's going. And then the upper world, what a go inky dinky. The upper world, this was on the wheel last time. Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. And another 5, 5, 9 is 14, 5, another 5. Yeah, that's what I'm, yeah, these ancient ones, the new story, and to be honest, it's not going to be a new story for a lot of us, but the new authority is going to be given to the ancient ones, and it's going to be tied more to the upper world, right? Yeah, because again, when we go into the upper world, we really go to the upper world to tap into our ancestors, right? So yeah, and I think, yeah, so this upper world, and even if we take it from just a real grounded level, the way we think, because the upper world, the mind, the higher self, right? Or just in the lower body, the crown chakra, you know, or your higher self, right? Or the upper world outside of yourself, right? But that's what we're calling in, because this is now the north. So this is what we're calling into ourselves again. And I think this was I think it was number 13 though, wasn't this? But this came up before on a wheel. If it wasn't, it definitely wasn't the last one. I think it was the one before. But yeah, this is so we're continuing to call in our higher selves. We're continuing to make this bridge between us and our cosmic self, our ancestors, our higher self, the whole upper world. And again, going back to, yeah, the authorities are changing. The ones we look to for guidance and information, the stories about our current, the way whom we consider our leaders, and why we choose them as leaders, it's going to change. And that changes as when I was a little girl, every day I would turn on the news and watch news for maybe 2 hours before I went to school. As we were getting ready for school, the news was on. And I would get all my information from there. Then when I was in high school, same thing. College, same thing. Living on my own, college, working, same thing. After college, same thing. Going to work, getting ready for work here, same thing. The first thing I tapped into every single day was NBC News. I don't do that anymore. You know what I mean? I don't even have a TV, much less getting my authority, my information from that source. So as we change, as we go through life, we look to different things for information, especially spiritual guidance, right? And I think all of that is going to change. And as we tap in more and more to ourselves, that change is now, I'm not looking outside of myself. I have a way to tap into the upper world. And I don't need to go to anybody else to do that. I understand that I am able to do that. And I will do that. So I think, again, with today's energy, where do we go from here? Everything changes after here. Everything changes. And we're probably going to see that in a real way. Everything changes from now on. We've been getting sparkles of it. But I think this is the crescendo, especially doing my little observation of today. Yeah, and then where are we going from there? I love this. Is actually my favorite card in the deck. The beauty way is to live and walk in beauty, to see the beauty in everything, to know that everything has a beauty in it, and to really take that. It's like an oath that you take within yourself, that I am going to walk the path of beauty, to see it, to feel it, to bring it into the room, to show it, to add to the beauty of each day, to reflect the beauty of each day, right? So this card talks about really the internal being beautiful inside, and that radiating from you, and you also having the eyes of beauty, the observation of beauty, to see that, again, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So what do you see? And are you seeing it as beautiful, or are you seeing it as messy? Are you seeing it as ugly, or are you able to see the beauty in the moment, the beauty in the mud? The lotus grows out of the mud. So are you able to see the beauty and allow that lotus to still, because it's a lotus, right? Yeah, I think that is a lotus, right? So are you able to see that from this muddy place, the lotus is able to grow? All right, so like I said, I wasn't gonna do it this way, but hey, I am. So we have the spiral. Okay, so now what I'll do from here is I'm gonna do the rest of the cards, because now we have the base. We have the spiral in the, again, the spiral in the south, saying, this is an end and a beginning. And what I think too is not so much today, like today, but by the end of this, over the next 5 or 6 days, we're wrapping up something big. And then maybe like even after the 26th, yeah, we're gonna really see the manifestation of what's next. What is that next big thing? I was saying this, this month is an avalanche of things coming. And there have been some good things coming and some big things coming, right? I think it's before this month is out, it's gonna be the avalanche event. Just my little inkling. Something's gonna rock. Something's gonna rock the boat a little bit more. Okay, so now we're going into the Egyptian deck. So let's see, and I'm gonna pull all of them to see what's going to spiral and how. Let's see what Spirit says. All right. But the beauty way, and that's the outcome, which is great. And that was number 4. So looking at the numbers, we have 50, which is 5. We have 1, 5, and 4. 5, 1, 5, 4. 5, 1 is 6. 5, 4 is 9. 6 and 9 is 15. 6 creation. Yeah. So the first wheel shows us creation energy. Woo. I know. Go get that one. Okay. All right, so let us see what Osiris number 13. And it says regeneration, transmutation, and beauty. Aha. So that is actually a pretty good, it's sunset. Ooh, sorry, so the glow. So that's actually a pretty good confirmation of the wrap up of the previous wheel, right? Because the previous wheel ends with beauty. And Osiris number 13 is saying transmutation to beauty, right? So this spiraling is literally, and literally transmutation is that, like, when we are going through transmutation, you know that your body is releasing something. And you, like, when we go through these ascension symptoms, which I'm sure a lot of people felt this month, because this month was a very physical month in terms of the ascension energies, feeling it in our bodies. We really did in different ways. You know that you're literally releasing stagnant energy. You're releasing pain. You're releasing the blocked energy. And the beauty of that pain is that, at least for me when I'm going through it, is that I know I'm releasing. Yeah, I'm like, my body is finally letting go of this stuff. And once I'm releasing it, once it's released, that I'm creating more space in my body to receive more light. Unless I crystallize more pain and create more stagnancy in my body. You know what I mean? So this spiraling is also creating space for more beauty in our life, right? This transmuting creates more space for beauty in our life. So as we continue to shed this month, right? We're going to be transmuting and creating more beauty for ourselves and for humanity. Nothing that we experience in this world happens outside of human beings. So if the world seems funky, it's a bunch of funky human beings. If the world seems happy, it's a bunch of happy human beings. If the world is stressed and frustrated, because there's a bunch of stressed and frustrated human beings, and we feeling all of that. So nothing ever happens outside of us. And whatever emotion you're feeling, you're adding that feeling to the whole collective energy of the earth and of the day. So we can always add to the joy factor of each day. We can always add to the stress factor of each day. We can always add to the anger factor of each day just by who we are deciding to be for ourselves and for others. All right. So we're shedding. We're transmuting. I don't think we need to go any further than that. But we're doing it because we're putting ourselves back together, because that's the beauty of the story of Osiris, right? Isis chopped him up. Oh, no, Set chopped him up into 13 pieces. And Set represents this destruction, like Osiris and Set, right, were brothers, right? Yeah, Osiris and Set were brothers. Sometimes the Egyptian and the Greek or Roman names get confuddled in my brain, but Osiris and Set were brothers, and because he was chopped up into, that's why it's number 13, right? Chopped up into 13 pieces, Isis put him back together, right? And so that's where the beauty and the transmutation comes from. And that's why it's number 13. All right. So we go through this destruction or this shedding to be put back together and create more beauty, come back into wholeness of ourselves. All right. All right. So let's see what other card comes up. Do I have this that close? Because this beautiful Mayan deck sometimes I just don't know. And I'm like, what are you trying to say here? All right, let's just see how this goes. We're still shedding. Oh, I like this one, but I can't remember what it is. Sib. I have the book right here. Yes, Sib. And because it's a question mark, I think it has to do with awakening. Again, this whole spiral energy again. You see that spiral is there, right? And the spiral is here. I think this has to do with something with awakening. I want to say asking questions because it looks like a question mark, but then that seems so easy. All right. So let's dig into the book. Let's see. Sib. Sib, who are you? Who are you? Well, I'll just get some quick guidance words. Grace. Characteristics of guidance and grace, Sib. Okay. What else? Okay, let's look into, so that's a good fit because we're spiraling, we're transmuting, we're regenerating. And Sib is giving us some guidance and some grace. Aw, it's in life grant. He's pronounced Keeb, sorry, K-E-E-B, Keeb. All right. Qualities: grace, trust, inner voice of knowing, galactic conduit, mystic reception, divine communication, golden pillar, cosmic consciousness, ferryman staff, and interdimensional guide and intuition. That's why I like this one. I couldn't remember, but that's why I like this one. Yes, Sib, the galactic guide, is a mystic ferryman on the return path to the stars. Do I need to say anything else? The spiral, the number 13, returning to wholeness. And remember, we're calling in the upper world, right? So we're doing a lot of shedding. I mean, this one, card 13 really says it perfectly. We're doing the transmutation and transmuting, and the shedding and the letting go to come into more wholeness, to let more of the new stuff in, to come into our higher self, to come closer into our higher self and our cosmic being. So all this, the ancient one stuff, all of that. You know what I mean? So that's what we really calling in. So don't get, I may say it all the time, and the cards really give us these messages so much. Don't get caught up on all of this stuff, because everything that's happening is really happening to bring you to a higher level of yourself. And as we all accept that, then we as humanity collectively get to experience this higher collective experience called Earth. You know, so remember that. So let's just read the first paragraph. Sib is the grace of the descent of the dove. Embody the mystic gift of trust in direct guidance. Through trust, you journey to the place of no time and limitless light. There you will undergo the transformations to embody solar heart and mind. All right, so and then let's see what the Lumerian card is for shedding. So, I mean, like, this is just the South, but the South kind of is just wrapping up the whole wheel. And that's why I like to do different cards, just to really see if, you know, one deck will tell you something. But let me see what 4 decks tell me. Right? And I trust it. I trust it. All right, so let's see. Let's see what the Lumerian South card is. And again, we're shedding. So we're shedding, we're letting go, we're calling in more light, we're tapping into our cosmic self, we're tapping into some ancient wisdom, our ancestors, we're going up to the higher world, and we're walking the way of beauty. Come on, man. Don't get caught up in the crazy or the distractions. Sovereignty, that is beautiful. Yes. Right to choose and immunity to hooks. Right to choose meaning, hey, I got a choice in all things. And immunity to hooks, these old bonds and these old contracts, and we ain't doing that no more. And today might be a type of day where you actually have to decide for yourself, hey, what am I no longer doing? Like my card of the day write-up was about commitments and doing this self-reflection and realizing, hey, maybe I've overcommitted, maybe I've undercommitted, maybe my commitments have changed. And am I aligned to the things that I've decided to be committed to? And guess what? You got a right to choose, right? So if it's not in alignment, if it ain't love, if it ain't feeling good, let it go. And sovereignty speaks to, and I think it's in the South because again, we're releasing all of those hooks that keep us away from our sovereignty. And we all gonna have different hooks. You know, we're not gonna have the same hooks, but the things that are really, each one of us have to look at and say, again, our commitments, our choices. Does this allow me to be more of a sovereign person? And sovereignty meaning there's nothing really that's gonna, you're pledging your, pledging, I can't, allegiance, that's it, because I haven't said it in a minute. What are you pledging your allegiance to? Is it serving you? Is it empowering you? Or is it keeping you back? You know? And there's nothing wrong with pledging our allegiance to something. I tell my shaman sisters this all the time, or anybody who I'm working with. You could change your mind. Hey, you decided, hey, I wanted to do this. You did it and you realized, maybe not. And that's healthier than sticking with something that ain't working out. Because when you step into being a sovereign being, you realize that, listen, everything is really, here's the power is within me. And so I don't need to attach myself to something else in order to be empowered. That's sovereignty. You're empowered from within, not from without. So you're a sovereign being, just like they have sovereign nations. Well, guess what? We as humans need to figure out our own sovereignty. All right. Bop, bop, bop. Okay, so we're shedding these hooks. We're shedding these old contracts. We're shedding the things that no longer serve us. You know, we're awakening and we're going up. We're spiraling up. Well, we're decreasing, we're shedding, but we're releasing and we're coming back together. All right. So yeah, we're going through some spiraling. Right. Releasing and calling in, creating and destroying. We're doing it all. 6 and the 9. Right? We're tapping into our cosmic self. We are being chopped up to be put back together. We are transmuting into something more beautiful, and we're releasing our old contracts and our old ways of being, and realizing, yes, I can make a new choice for myself. Yes. All right. That's what continues your sovereignty, because you don't ever feel like you need to do something because of an old contract or an old pledge or an old oath. You have the right to change your mind and do what suits you now. All right, so let's go into the West. Okay, so the West was telling us about the ancient ones, and I think it's saying we're going to release the lies that have been told about the ancient ones. That's what we're letting die. We're letting that die. Right? No, we're not carrying on these old stories anymore. The old lies and manipulation and the illusions and half stories with not, no, we're not living by those history anymore, right? We're allowing the new stories to be told. And I was just talking about this with somebody on Monday. One of the things I'm absolutely enjoying during this season is allowing being an audience to witnessing these new stories being told through the new vessels. I ain't reading them old books no more. I'm not interested in the old stories about the old things. You know what I mean? What I enjoy more is seeing these codes wake up within individuals and allowing the new story of the new version, or I can just say the truth and the revelation of the old story, and it coming through somebody and somebody saying that, not reading it in a book, but getting that information directly from the source of the person who is supposed to bring the message forward in this time. And I love that. And if you are paying attention, tapping into different things, you see that over and over and over again. It's not in a book. It's gonna come through the mouth of that person that is designed and embodies that energy and is here to bring that story to you. So we gotta look for the new storytellers, because there are a lot. And it's the old stories that are being told in a brand new way. And it will empower you, but you could take the old story or you could take the new story. Remember, you're free to choose. And in this moment, you got to make that choice for yourself. Do I want to stick with the old story, or do I want to actually come into the new story? And guess what? The old story might work for you, so keep on going that way. And for the people that, hey, I need this new story, I resonate with the new story, this new story empowers me, do it. You know what I mean? To each his own. To each his own. We have to make our own choices and be happy with the choices that we make. And no one's there to tell you what to do. 18, Khonsu, lunar energies, divine timing, and blood mysteries. Like, yeah, man. Yeah, this shedding is this. What are we letting die? Yes. Lunar energies. Listen, that's so much about the feminine. All right. That is a lot about the feminine. And even the story of the moon has its own mystery, right? And all the different moons and stuff like that. But the moon and the feminine is very connected. And these lunar energies, they're talking about the feminine energies, right? And the blood mysteries, again, the ancient ones. So yeah, I think what we're going to see is the death of a lot of misinformation. The death, especially in terms of our ancestry, and now the woman. I'm guided to go into this card to get some more information. Number 18, Khonsu. Let's see what Khonsu is all about. Let's learn together. Number 18, divine timing, blood mysteries. Khonsu is a lunar god who appears with as many faces as the phases of the moon. Like the moon, he controls the tides and influences the weather. He is closely linked with Thoth, and like Thoth is seen as both the ibis and the baboon. Known as the Wanderer, he is a protector of travelers and a measurer of time. Khonsu brings spiritual nourishment to our bodies and our soul. He knows the exact timing in which we are ready to receive communion and eat the flesh of the gods, quote unquote, so that we may become as one of them. Khonsu works on our behalf to fertilize our minds and hearts with seeds of our own divinity. He engages the power of the moon to bring forth the healing that rains that cleanse, bring forth the healing rains that cleanse our old belief systems, and he renews our DNA at a cellular level. He governs the tides of the oceans and human emotions. Khonsu is a great healer said to be able to exorcise demons. He does this by honoring, feasting, and celebrating the diseases, and they go away happy. If you have chosen this card, the time is now to move forward in some situation that you have been hesitant about. It is also a favorable time for travel. Whatever movement is being called for, you may want to harness the power of ritual. Create a communication ceremony in honor of the divine being that you are. Acknowledge the journey you have completed that has prepared you for the new phase you're entering. You can do this spiritually or bring it to the physical plane by setting up an altar with food that represents the body of earth and drink that represents the blood of the divine nectarum. Sound familiar? Again, these old stories, and you're like, if you are in need of healing, honor the source of your disease, injury, or situation for the teaching it has brought you as you take in the holy sacraments. Beautiful. I love that. So regeneration, man, big, huge regeneration. Thoughts getting chopped up over here. But Khonsu is saying, yeah, but this is for your healing. And do it in this, honor it. And honor what's going on in the self. Honor this, right? Honor this breaking down because it's gonna bring you into something more powerful, right? And thank it, gratitude, thank it. So again, in this, what are we letting die? I guess we're letting die. Again, we get letting die the old stories, but this is, to me, this is so much of like your mentality. Again, like the way we've been taught to see things and process things, and this expectation. So again, I think, yeah, our lens is going to change so much. Our lens is going to change how we see and interpret what we're even experiencing, right? So we're going through, we're getting cut up into our 13 pieces. right? We're going through grand transmutation, grand transmutation. But Kanzu is saying, yeah, but just say thank you and take the lesson as you're getting cut up, and for your illnesses and for your diseases and for your challenges. Say thank you because I came to teach you something. So take the lesson too, you know? So that's very, and divine timing. I mean, come on, everything is happening in divine timing, you know? So that mishap, that illness, that disease might have come just in time to wake you up so that you can do whatever transformation, whatever lifestyle changes you need, whatever mindset changes you need in order to walk forward and create more beauty in your life moving forward, right? Because these things don't come to us for punishment. Again, they come to teach us something. And I believe it might teach us something from the past. It might be preparing us for something in the future. You know, so even if my theory on this whole COVID and Corona or whatnot, we all went through it, but I've always said the end result is everybody's gonna figure out how beautiful their body is. And that the body is designed in such a dynamic way. And at the end of it, whether you got the vaccination or not, you're going to learn about this beautiful body we got and the complexity and the intelligence of it. And everybody's going to learn how we can heal ourselves from anything, you know? So whether you got that jab or you didn't get that jab, this body that we are operating in, you're now looking at it completely different, because you might have went through that year or those 2 years and you might have been absolutely fine. While the whole world telling you, boy, if you don't do this, you're gonna die. Or you could have believed that and got it and got it. And something else is happening. And now you got to look at your body and be more connected with how and what you can do to help to heal and bring your body back into balance, you know? Or you might have gotten it and absolutely nothing happened, which I pray for everybody. I always say, I hope everybody who I know got the fake ones. You know, they got the pill, the sugar pill ones, right? So yeah, because it has caused damage to some people, you know. So let's pray that, you know, if you took it, you took the dummy one, you know, and that your body is able to just ignore it and is not harmed by anything, you know. So I believe in the power of our words and our minds. All right, so let's see what else. So Kanzu says divine timing and the blood mysteries. That was an interesting one. An interesting little switch. All right, so let's go into the next and we see what else is the West trying to guide us to shed, to die, sorry, to let die. Our inner child, attunement. Yeah. Letting go of them old pains. Yep. Letting go of the old pains. Yeah. Because the inner child needs to heal. You know, we have to heal the inner child. If we don't heal the inner child, cycles, repetitive cycles. We gotta heal that inner child. We gotta allow that inner child to come out and say what they need to do. The inner child is that part of yourself that you don't allow to come out because you feel you'll be judged or not accepted. But that inner child has such a powerful impact on your life. You really are in a mode of suffering and self-sabotage until you hold, kiss, caress, cuddle, love your inner child. Your inner child is you. you know? So it's a big level of that. Let's go within, listen, and loving parenting. So you gotta love who you are. You know, you gotta love that person. I was gonna say that Akita because you know I gotta love myself. You gotta love the Akita that nobody else loves. And even if they don't love it, they don't like it, you love it. Especially if you're not hurting anybody, you know? So you gotta love every aspect of yourself. Love your creativity, love your mystery, love your strength, love your weakness, love your everything, right? And seeing yourself so clearly that, hey, you do, and loving yourself also means I love myself enough to not mess myself up. I love myself enough to not let you do this. I love myself enough to not put myself in this position. I love myself enough to, you know, so when we have this love and we heal this inner child within ourselves, and we give in every aspect of ourselves, we saying, yeah, you get to be a part of my story too. The part of me that they might not accept, I accept you, no matter if they don't accept you. That's what the loving parent says. My loving parent says, who beat up my child? God, who? Right? How dare you? How dare you disrespect my child? You see? So that loving parent is fierce about the protection and the love and the respect given and the treatment given to that inner child. So when you heal that inner child and you love every corner of yourself and you allow all of that other stuff to die, and you just, you know, I will love you up completely. That's when you come into the attunement of your inner child and allow your inner child to then say to you, hey, you've been scared of doing this. Let me show you how we can do it. And we have to go back into that childlike nature that wasn't scared to run outside naked, wasn't scared to be messy and outside and playing in the dirt till dark and itchy, and you know what I mean? It's gonna fall off the bike a million times and get back on. It's gonna say, can we please lick the bowl and put the cake mix on our face and have a cake fight and get messy, right? So that inner child is just there to enjoy the experience and allow things to go where they go from there. You know, so we need to come back into allowing all of that and letting the, oh, I'm not this and I'm not that, and I can't do this and I can't do that, and I'm afraid to be me. We gotta let that die. Yeah, we gotta let those things die. We gotta let these old stories of old things they've been telling us, we gotta let them die. And when I say let them die, like step into that new story. If you don't believe it, don't talk about it. If you don't believe it, don't act like it. And don't portray it and pass it on. Somebody sent me something the other day. I said, why you sending this to me? Do you believe that? Don't help pass on the misinformation. You know? So allow yourself to be cut up, to be put back together, right? For the divine timing of everything to work out. And I think we're also going to see that everything is going to happen in divine timing, and not thinking like things must happen. Like when we think things are going to happen, they're actually going to happen in divine timing. So I think that's gonna be a part of this whole the shedding where, and this is the south and the west. The south and the west, they pretty much, there's some heavy stuff, right? So we're moving through a big cycle, a big moment right now. It's a big energy. It's pushing us out of our old ways of being, way out, to bring in something so much more powerful, so much more attuned to the core of who we are and the cosmic being and the ancientness of who we are and that wisdom, right? and the sovereignty of ourselves. So much is indicating that, right? So even when I do the 3D, 4D, 5D, you know, again, a lot of the same messages, because really, it ain't, I mean, it don't really change too much. Because no matter what's going on around us, just the essence of the next 10 years is really this. We spiraling to bring in something much, much better for us, for you, for me. You know, so and I gotta say it, you gotta decide. You, the individual, have to decide. Am I doing it the old way? Am I gonna do it the new way? And what is my new way? You got to make these decisions for ourselves. We have to make these decisions for ourselves because we are humanity, nobody else. So now we got OC. I'll just say it OC, right? Let's see what OC wants to tell us. All right. Wrong book. OC. Well, OC is green. I love green for prosperity. So I see that OC, and he has like a, I don't know if you can see it, but he has like a spark of light in his eye. So to me, that's like, that's like a good thing. That's like some hope, or, you know, I don't know if it's just there. And then on the top here in the corner, these, the Mayans do it a little different. Like, I don't know if this is like a cloud, but it's almost like maybe seeing the silver lining behind the cloud, or being optimistic. I don't know. Let's see what OC, the prosperity. I don't know. What does OC want to tell us? And the different parts of this book, so they explain them in different ways. So let's just see. The first thing I come across, OC. Oh, pronounced AHK. AHK. Okay. Qualities: heart, breakthrough, new beginnings, relationships, companions of destiny, ego, issues of the emotional body, recasting the past, spiritual strength, guardians, guides, authenticity, and magnetizer. Woo, hoo, hoo. I think that confirms it. I'll just read the first paragraph. One of the gifts of AHK is the calling in and recognition of other companions of destiny. Other beings with the same longing are waiting to meet and acknowledge you. Beings who can see you as you are authentically. Beings who can see you as you authentically are. If you are hiding in cultural role descriptions and the conformity of trying to fit in, how can your companions of destiny actually recognize you? Be authentic. Y'all know I like that one. I'm loving it. Be who you truly are in your magnificence and seeming differences. When you act authentically without compromise, without compromise, you naturally court magic. When you have been truly seen, you feel empowered. And remembrances of a shared sacred trust are ignited. This is a natural process divinely designed for recognition through vibrational affinity, freed from personal expectations. That is a lovely message. All right. Okay, so getting the message, right? This is the avalanche. This is a lot. You know, this is not just a small season, and we got to pay attention. We really got to pay attention. We got to know that there's more happening than what it just looks like. That awareness is so important right now. And awareness and discernment, you know, very important right now. So yeah, things are getting shut down. And we got to know new things are coming. And guess what? We're getting shut down. So when you get shut down, build yourself up. That's what it's all about. It's about the spiral. We deep in the spiral now. Okay. Things are getting shut down. Don't be in resistance to what's not in alignment. If it's falling, let it fall. When it's finished falling, take a break, reflect, and then decide what to do. Decide how you can build it back. Build something new. Because you don't gotta build up that thing that just broke down because you didn't need it no more. Right? Allow the transmutation. Come into attunement with that inner child. Let you be who you were designed to be. Sovereignty, right? Cut them old hooks, them old bonds. Be new, be you, be the new you, be sovereign. Nobody owns you. And if you don't have children, but even the children, you don't own the children, right? We're here to guide the children, right? So who owns you? Who owns you? That's a good question to ask ourselves. Who owns me? My job? My family? Who owns me? I think I'm free. I think. I think I'm a sovereign being. Our ancient ones, cut them all stories. Go tap into the new. Tap into the new information. Konsu. Divine. Everything's divine. Say thank you. Say thank you to everything that looks like it's messing you up. Say thank you. I needed this moment. This morning I had to say, listen, I was annoyed. And I really had to look at it like, listen, and I've started to recognize in my moments of frustration, annoyance, weakness, everything. In that moment, there's a pause that I'm giving myself, and I'm always in observation of myself. So now I'm realizing, oh, Keita, yeah, you having these old moments, but you're also pausing in it and saying, hello now. This is something, this is for a good reason. This is bringing you to something else where you need to get to. So let it be. Let this moment be. Don't run away. Because sometimes when we gotta address situations, we running from it. I'm like, no, today is the day that this issue was bubbling and brewing. So when it pops up his head, say, yeah, today's the day I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to address this. I'm going to let this be. And I'm going to communicate and say what I need to say. Divine timing. Even the stuff we don't want to happen comes in divine timing. Accept it and let it go. It's all divine. All right, let's get into the last two. So that's the stuff we need to let go. Let's see what we're calling in. Right, we ready? They ready? Tell us this. We're calling in our cosmic self. We're tapping into the upper world, our ancient ancestors, and all of this. So let's see what else they got to tell us about what else we're calling in. And I'm so happy. My Zoom is fixed. All right, so let's see. We are calling in. What are we calling in? Jet. I was just talking about Wadjet yesterday. Ooh, purification and the divine awakener. Yes. I love it. I was doing a taping with a group of ladies and we were talking about Wadjet. I was reading some stuff when we were talking about Wadjet. And the Wadjet was actually the first temple of the symbols of the oracles, right? it was in Wajet. And we were talking about how just the story of women has just been misinterpreted, really, throughout spirituality, and the story of the oracle and the story of the Sibyls or whatnot. And it takes it back to the first oracle temple being the temple of Wajet. So it says life force energy, and then this kundalini energy, the kundalini energy, again, this whole symbolism really is the symbolism of a woman, and the kundalini energy is the symbolism of a woman. And I was saying, like how interesting, how when we see the snake, we think of the snake in the garden, but the snake in the Garden of Eden was talking to the woman. So even when you understand the symbolism, because over time and time, listen, the snake ended up being the one in the garden who was talking to Eve, who then, the snake and Eve destroyed everything. So these stories gonna change, man. These old stories, they gotta die, because we're in a new season, and the truth has to come out through you. You gotta let go of the old story. You gotta embrace the new story. So we're calling in life force energy. We calling in purification. We calling in the divine awakening, and that's through ourselves. This is internal. This ain't nothing happening outside of you. This is all internal. I go so deep with that, and it's number 7. But I'm just gonna leave it right there because it's so much. I'm gonna see what other cards come out, and then I'll decide which book to go into with that one. It's so much. My mind is like, tell him this. Yeah, the divine awakener. So we calling it, you see, it's for the upper world, right? Our higher self. Who's the divine awakener? You. Your higher self in the upper world is the divine awakener. What we calling it? It's looking good, man. It's looking good. But we just gotta be aware of all of this stuff that's happening within us, more than what's going on around you, right? Yeah, one of my favorite colors, gold. Looking good. Right? And then let's bring in the Marion deck. What are we calling in? May is going to be an interesting month. I can tell y'all that. Because the board ain't getting no calmer. It's like, it continues to reinforce the last wheel. And it is just going deeper. It's actually going deeper. We're going deeper into this transformation. Because usually you see transformation. When you see transmutation, that's the big deal. Right? Transmutation is that deep clearing out. Deep. Well, that's where we at. We in this deep dive season, right? And we're bringing forth so much good stuff. We gotta do our shadow work. We gotta be aware of what's going on. Can't have our head stick in the sand. We gotta wake up. We gotta be actively participating in our own journey and our own choices you know, and not looking outside ourselves for somebody to do something and waiting for somebody to tell you what you should do. Now you gotta have, I mean, I'm an oracle. I help to guide people, but there's an intuition, and really my what I've chosen to do is help people to guide themselves. I don't want to guide you. I don't want you to have to come to me for everything. I want to build your intuition and help you build your clairvoyance so that you could see and make you aware so that you could figure it out for yourself, not to have to come to me. You know what I mean? So we strengthen each other. We teach. Again, the same thing that they talk about in the Bible. You can fish every day, or you can teach somebody how to fish. So I want to teach you how to be intuitive and more intuitive, because I had to learn how to be more intuitive in order to be a better captain of my own ship. You know, so we gotta take on the responsibility of our own progress and prosperity. And authority, man. You know, like, anyway, the past is the past, but come on, like, if you're paying attention now, you see how many lies were accepted as truth, and people just soaked it all up because somebody said it with a good suit on, as opposed to a suit the person, somebody else was saying something, but that person's suit wasn't sharp enough. So it was completely rejected, and they told you don't believe it, and it's crazy. And some people soaked that right up because they weren't following their intuition. Right, so let's go. Or they were being guided by something that they felt they needed to be pledge allegiance to, that wasn't serving them, as opposed to acting in their sovereignty. So we gotta let that go. Synchronicity. All of my favorites are coming out in the north. You know, I love Miss Synchronicity. Opportunities and divine timing, and number 6. Open to change and divine outcomes, right? So let it all shut down. Let it all break down. Let it all crumble. We're building it up, and it's all happening in divine time. Life force energy purification and divine awakening. Look, we heading up, we calling in some major stuff. All right, so we might see some major breakdowns in order to create the room for this. All right, for the upper world and for Khan. Don't want to read Khan, I don't want to read Wadjet. Let's read Wadjet. Well, let's do both. Let's go to Wadjet. Because Wadjet was such a big part of my week, I want to read Wadjet. Number 16. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Wadjet, the great cobra serpent goddess, is ancient. Didn't I just say these stories, these old stories, are going to change and we're going to have more truth? Well, this is what I'm talking about. She is closely associated with Nagbat Mother Mut. She was a fierce protector of children and ladder of pharaohs. For her position on the living Uraeus crown, she spit fire at Pharaoh's enemies. You will find her upon Sekhmet's diadem as well. Wadjet spirals her way into our lives, opening and clearing our chakra centers with her Kundalini life force energy. She is daunting and sometimes fearsome presence. When this divine awakener moves through us, she purifies our motives and gives us the gift of humility. The most important characteristic that she looks for as we approach her. To receive her blessings In a merciful way, we must deal with issues around ignorance, greed, and arrogance. We can learn from wisdom or learn from woe. But Wajet assures us that we will learn her lessons and take greater responsibility for our thoughts and actions in the world. She reminds us that it's not now or never, but now or later. And that's so true, because guess what? If you don't want to face things now, trust me, that day is gonna come. And that's why I say sometimes moments when I realize myself doing recently, if I get to a moment, I'm like, oh no, but this is the moment that you go through this. So go through it. All right, because now or later. If you have drawn this card, your ego may be undergoing a transformation of an adjustment that will balance your energy so that you can handle the power of this goddess. You may be experiencing a potent purification process. Woo! Say it 3 times fast. A potent purification process, potent purification process, potent purification process that can express itself as a Kundalini awakening. Yeah, bring it on. Be prepared for a major shift in consciousness. Yes. Leading you from ignorance and greed to a more enlightened awareness. Yes, yes, yes. And that's what humanity needs. We need to move away from greed to more enlightened consciousness. Yes, that's the whole point of the age of Aquarius. Yes, yes, yes. Let's do it. Are you ready for it? Are you ready? I am. Let's go. You may wish to make a written inventory of whatever comes to mind that you have been ignoring. Note anything you've been acting out through inappropriate hunger or addictive ways. These are now ready to disintegrate and dissolve as you shift to a more enlightened way of being. Of course, because we're heading to more beauty. If you're hitting the wall or bottoming out in a particular situation, you can call on Wajet to help you break through to the other side. Yay! Listen, I've been studying Wajet and I've been studying Egyptian shamanic astrology. And one of the things in my cosmic discovery session, we deal heavily with this Wajet energy and the Kundalini energy, right? To break everything up that's blocking us and bring us into that state of our divine awakening and purification. All right. So listen, this is so needed. This is needed individually, and this is needed on the collective basis. And again, you ain't gonna see nothing on this earth that humans aren't manifesting. So when we all say, let's clean our shit up, that's when we can have a better earth. Right? When we do the more internal work and say, you know what, I'm ready to purify, I'm ready for my divine awakening, and keep on purifying me and keep on awakening me so I can continue to go connect with my higher self in the upper world and do what Khan, whatever message God has for us. Let's see what Khan had to say, because it's, I love to experience the synchronicities, right? Let's see what Khan has to say. Khan says, let's see how Khan's gonna tie this all up for us. Khan says, seed, corn, iguana, qualities, seed, seeding, fertile, ground, gestation, opening, erupting, possibility, acting on inspiration, initiating creative ideas, developing, and confidence. I should have known that because it was gold, solar plexus, right? The symbol is well-rooted seedling solar plex. Number 4, saffron yellow is its color. Herb, sunflower, petals, dandelion. I was just reading about dandelions. Flowers, yellow lily, buttercup, daffodil, marigold. Flower and essence, the bow tree. It's the seed of enlightenment. Same color as that sun out there, right? Scents, clover or saffron. And we know saffron is good for prosperity. Stone, citron, golden calcite, gold tiger's eye, crystal beryl. This is such a solar plexus thing. Crystal beryl, that's my Grammy, beryl. Fire element, direction, the south. The shadow wisdom of Khan. Fear, feelings of insecurity, limiting of new possibilities, with routines, choosing to remain safe at the expense of awakening and growth, lack of confidence. So guess what? We got to bust those things out, right? And those are real issues, solar plexus issues, because guess what? I have to deal with every single one of those, right? So we gotta break out. And I needed to do it by loving my inner child and letting me just be me, So all of that stuff is solar plexus. True, all of it, right? I had to call in my confidence, Anyway, shadow transformation. So when we acknowledge that's our shadow and we work on it. And as we work on it, we're able to transform. Transformation. Realize that you and your life are the fertile ground that you awaken your own dreams and possibilities. Didn't I end up in telling y'all that? Free yourself from the illusion of safety as you enter into the manifestation of emerging possibilities. Harmonic wisdom progression. Mudra, if you like mudras, hands cupped over each other at your solar plexus as if holding a seed. So like this over your solar plexus. Then opening your hands, offering the seed into your life. Okay, so closed and then opening. I don't know, my spirit says like you can close it. It's in your solar plexus, it's closed and then open, and you can open it to your eyes. You can open it to your mouth. We do that in shamanism sometimes, bring it into our heart, bring it into, we're consuming it, bring it into our eyes, so you hold your seed and then you consume your seed because you are your seed, you are the tree and the leaf and the branch of your seed, right? So, we blossom, we grow. Meditation, I am the Bodhi mandala, the seed possibility erupting. And the affirmation, I am the fertile ground and the self-germinating seed of possibility. I love that. I am the fertile ground and the self-germinating seed of possibility. All right, so we're calling in a lot of power, guys, a lot. We're moving into so we're going through a very turbulent season of spiraling, calling in, throwing out, destroying, creating, chaos. We're going through the chaos of Gene 3 right now, which is chaos, innovation, and innocence. I love it. Right now, right? So yeah, we're going through this chaos, and this chaos is gonna innovate us. It's going to say, what do I need to do? This is chaotic. Something needs to change. We got to create something new here. That's that innovation. And as we go into creating something new, it says, inner child, innocence, we have to step into that mind again of allowing the innocence of the child. You can't get into the gates of heaven without returning to your childhood. What are the gates of heaven? Peace, man. Peace, no, peace and harmony, right? Peace and harmony. So we can't get into that place of peace and harmony if we're thinking, oh, I can't do that because I'm this. It's not gonna happen. You know, you've gotta get naked again and be willing to run through the grass and not worry if the neighbors see your backside because you're a child. And shame on that neighbor if he watching. Right? That ain't got nothing to do with you. Run wild, be naked. All right, so we already know it's all, like I said, we going through some chaos to innovate and come into more innocence, right? So the innocence is about the beauty way, seeing everything fresh, new, and beautiful, right? When you're in a car with a child, what's this? What's this? What's this? What? Everything is new, you know, and they want to touch and feel and taste because everything is new. They're not saying, I don't know if I can do this because this can be too many calories, or I don't know because child, if so and so see me wearing this pink bow in my hair, what they can think of me? Can't let my other preschoolers see me in this pink. Come on, man. You know, but when we grow up and we get so mind like, and we can't and we aren't, and we as opposed to saying, all right, let's see what happens. Let's run, see if I catch the ball or if I fall. And if I fall, okay, I'll get back up. Let's do it again. All right, so as we tap more into the upper self, connect with our upper self and connect and have our divine awakening and break through our Kundalini energy, allow us to get to the next versions of ourselves and connect to our higher selves and allow these old stories to die and embody the new stories. We experience more beauty in the world. We are more beauty. We bring and we see more beauty in the world. We add to the beauty of the world. We create by ourselves. We look good, we're nice, you know. We're creating beauty and beautiful experiences. Yeah, the world is more beautiful because I'm here. I know that. I work hard at it every day. I say, how can I put some more beauty out there for people every day? Because that's one of the things I was born to do. True story. And I like it. I like my job. Yay, Hather. Oh yeah, Hather had to come out on this board, I can tell you that much. And we're in the season of what? I told y'all May was gonna be something. That's Hather. That's Taurus. and Hather loves, okay? Hather loves herself. Hather loves her body. Hather loves this earth, okay? Because Taurus is an earth sign and the Venus. So Hather is a grand expression of love and beauty and body and the richness of this earth and everything that is the earth and that is physicality, a love of it. The medicine woman and imagination. Oh, let's see what else is coming out before, and I'll decide which card to read. Right? Beautiful Hather. Hather is Taurus energy. So I think, yeah, this May, watch out for May, man. April is almost done. We at the deep end of this curve. You know, like when you turn a curve, sometimes you have a deep curve you got to turn. we turn in this deep curve, right? So that's why that spiral and the chaos and all the thing is there. But don't get distracted by the literally, y'all see that deep curve right there? Yep, that's a deep curve. So suppose you had to hold on, let me get out the way. Okay. Suppose you had to navigate that quickly, be like, oh my God, I can't make this. But once you make it, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I made it. We all gonna make it. We gotta hold on tight when we going through them deep curves so you can get flown up the top. Me too. I have plenty stories and plenty experiences. Yeah, it's going through a roundabout as a child and I fell out the car. Big old truck. Moving vehicle, yeah. All right, so let's see. Let us see. Cosmic circles, yeah, man. May, powerful month, because that's talking about what we connecting with outside of ourselves, right? A lot of these cards was, transmutation, beauty, Osiris, that's internal. Upper world, higher self, based on, the energy of how everything is flowing. What jet, all of this is internal. Synchronicity, that stuff happening around you, can, internal. Keep, don't want to pronounce it, connecting outside, but internal, your cosmic self, not to cosmic beings. Now, this is talking about cosmic circles. So this is outside. So May, yeah, we, like I said, it, because guess what, if they're guiding us to say, hey, you go tap into your cosmic self, or you got to put yourself in a cosmic circle, all right, to make that connection, as well as you become because we are, I have an electromagnetic field around me right now. You can't see it, but it's here, so whatever, again, ain't nothing happening outside yourself. Even the earth is a simulation, yeah, because we're all projecting and simulating something else, not the true story, but a version of a story. So as we connect with all of this stuff around us, we're literally bringing this cosmic energy, grounding it more into this earthly experience, right? So creating sacred spaces, embracing unlimited possibilities, right? Connecting to the wider picture around you and the wider energies available to us. And again, that's going to take a breaking down all of these old ways that we just a human being, we live, we're born, we live, we die, and then that's it, and nothing else happens. But it's just the story is bigger than we've told ourselves. So either you haven't expanded to the bigger story yet, or you will. Not like they say, either now or later. It's never now or never. It's no thing as never, I guess, right? It's just now or later. Remember those now or laters? How many now or laters you had as a child? Right? Okay, and then we have the cosmic, the main deck. So let me just see. I think I'll do Hathor since I read all the other ones, and let's see what card comes out there. So this is the outcome. We're walking the beauty walk. So that just really means we're better humans to ourselves and to others, right? The medicine woman, again, a lot of information is going to change that. Remember I was talking about we went through this whole 2020 and the bodies and learning how the beauty and the intelligence of our bodies. Okay, right? The medicine woman. The authorities are changing. The stories are changing. The truth, the lies. No more. No more of the old lies. Some of it is just pure, just lies, and we got to acknowledge that in order to step into a more empowered experience of humanity. We got to let some of these old stories go. Muluk. Oh, Muluk is serious. So I'm gonna go read Muluk. All right, Muluk. Mhm. Okay. Qualities: lunar intelligence, wisdom, signs, signals, awakened attention, self remembrance, divine guidance, God seed, cosmic communication, beacon moon. Well, listen, Maluk and told the whole story. All right. Maluk is the cosmic seed of awakened awareness. Consume it like a fruit and let it blossom within you. You are on the quest of self-remembrance. If you work with the energy of Muluk with clear awareness and attention, an awakened state of remembrance will naturally blossom within you. Remembrance means having direct access to your expanded presence through an intrinsic perception of unity. Remembrance is your recognition of the larger pattern and your connection to it, often facilitated through dreams, art, music, colors, and creative pursuits. That's also Hathor. um, with focused attention, meditate on Muluk to receive help with self-remembrance. Because it's the last card, I'll just read this last paragraph. The veil over the true self is lifted by your clearly aligned intent. Ask and you shall receive. Acknowledge and activate your birthright of divine connection. You will be sensitized to the vibrational resonance of cosmic communication. Create a relationship with your essence self, and a deep cellular remembrance will be activated. That's why I love these cards, because they just say it. And that's exactly what the wheel is showing us. Maluk is here. Okay, so listen, guys, we're going through some chaos. It's literally Gene Key 3, which I'm going to post today. We're going through some chaos. It's going to create some innovation, and it's going to push us into new innocence, which helps us to be new and continue to live, but to live in a more harmonious, intelligent, awakened, and purified way. Isn't that worth it? Come on now. Isn't that worth it? Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll be back. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Have a wonderful May. I'll definitely do some more readings, but I wanted to see where we are now. And hey, this is the Cosmic Wheel. Okay. I wonder what card, because I do wonder if I could put my hand on it quickly, because I do and it's always, yeah, it's always fun for me to look back and see what I predicted for this time. And because we're so close to it, at the beginning of the year, I do a 12-month spread to kind of see how the next 13 months are going to roll out. And actually for this month that we just finished, it was cosmic. You're going to meet your cosmic self, right? So we've been tapping into a lot of our, oh, I already remember what it was. Manifest. Yes, because I just looked at it the other day. A lot of manifestation is coming through May. Okay, so manifest what you've been thinking about, what you've been working towards. We are gonna, because guess what? Everything, every day, we are always manifesting. So it shows up, take accountability for it. If you don't like it, you gotta make a change. You know, if you like it, say thank you and keep on doing what you're doing. So May is going to show a lot of manifestation. So I think that's why all of this stuff is so deep. And not so deep, it's so like big, because what, again, every action is a reaction or a response. So all this stuff that we've been seeing happening and all this chaos and spiraling and spiral out and craziness, it manifests at some point. And what you're doing and how you're responding and how you're reacting and how you're attaching energy to it creates a manifestation in your life. So we're going to see the manifestation of a lot of our actions coming up in May, along with all of this stuff. So weave it all together, make it make sense, let your wisdom be wise. Thank you so much. My name is Akita Carrier Aurora, and until I get the next innovative idea to do another reading, I'll see you next time. Bye. Have a wonderful, wonderful eclipse day for 20, and whenever this message meets you, it is divine timing. Thank you so much. Love you. Bye.